Welcome to Financial Freedom. On this channel, I talk about being self-employed, being able to follow your heart, creating financial freedom, and retiring early and retirement lifestyle. So I'm Yvonne Davis, and I'm an author, astrologer, and life transformation coach. And I have been building a YouTube astrology channel. It's going on about 3 years now. So on this channel, I'm sharing my journey and everything that I have learned from it so that you can decide if this is by chance direction that you want to move in order to be self-employed or create more income, because some people use it as a full-time job and some as a side hustle. So you can decide what works for you if this is a direction you want to move in. Now, there are many, many ways to make money online. This is just one of them. But because it's what I've experienced, I'm going to share with you what's happening on my channel. Okay. So these are the channel analytics for my YouTube astrology channel. And again, I've been doing this for about 3 years now because I started in late November 2017, so around Thanksgiving 2017. Here we are in October 2020, so we're getting close, not exactly 3 years, but very close to 3 years. And I did talk about it more in a previous video, so I can include a link above and in the description box below and at the end of this video or pinned to the top of the comments. So if you haven't seen it, you can always go to the homepage for this channel and look for that. But again, I'm trying to give you as much honest and transparent information as I possibly can about what it's like to be a YouTuber. Now, some people, you know, they just go gangbusters and go viral right off the bat. That's unusual. Okay, so it's more, I think, more important to see what is a more typical growth rate for a channel, so that while you may be inspired by those who are super lucky and grow their channels like gangbusters right off the bat, it's also important to understand what it's like for most people, which is a steady growth over time. Okay, so it also depends on how hard you work on your channel. If you treat it like a full-time job from the very beginning, then you will reap the results of that. Whereas if you treat it like a part-time job or hobby or a side hustle, then, you know, it's the same thing. You get what you put into it. And for me, it's been back and forth. Sometimes I've treated it as a full-time job, other times more like part-time job. But yeah, so, you know, again, you have to weigh out how much effort you're willing to put into it over time and how much you're capable of putting into it over time. So after about 3 years, I'm over 5,300 subscribers on that channel. So I have not yet reached 10,000. The most important landmarks along the way is first to get monetized. So you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within a 12-month period. Once you get that, then you can apply for monetization. It's not a guarantee, but unless there's something really bizarre or, you know, against the community guidelines going on in your channel, you shouldn't have any trouble getting approved. So that's the first marker. And then the second one is to get to 10,000, because then you're considered a micro influencer. And you can start to make some pretty good money from your channel. I'm already making enough to support myself, even with over 5,300, but not, obviously not yet to 10,000, but I can already support myself. So you don't have to assume that you have to get to 10,000 to support yourself. I think that once you get to monetization, things really start to take off and snowball. You might not necessarily make enough right off the bat to support yourself, but it's like you're on track now. Okay, it's a very important landmark in your journey. But again, after that, then you want to strive for making more and more money, getting more and more subscriptions, and eventually getting to 10,000, which is the next landmark when you become a micro influencer. And then from there, obviously, it just continues to build. But it's more about really being in the game, in the sense that you can actually make a living, or at least you can increase your income by supplementing it from YouTube, and then eventually maybe make a full-time income. So that's been my journey for the past 3 years, and I reached another milestone, which is that my playback CPM and RPM have been going up a lot lately. And this happens naturally over time, because as you grow your audience, advertisers will pay more to be on your channel because they're going to reach a wider audience. So that just happens naturally over time. It also depends on your subject matter, your niche. Mine happens to be making more money right now because I do political videos, and we are a month out from the election, so that's another reason why it's going up. So obviously I want to take advantage of that at this particular time, because I don't know what the effect will be after the election. I don't know if my CPM will go down or if it will stay at this level. I just simply don't know. So I want to take advantage of it while it's up. It did reach a high of over $18. I don't remember if it went up to 20 or any higher than 18, because sometimes I think I imagine things and then I don't have any way to go back and see if that was true because I didn't write it down. But definitely, I definitely remember being at least at $18. So it went down a little bit. Now it's going up again. And then the RPM is also really important because this is the actual money that they pay you. It's about a 60 to 40% split. You get about 60% of the ad revenue and YouTube gets 40%. So having your RPM, you know, for me to have it at $10.62 is really important to help out with that. Now in September, I was extremely busy. I went to visit my friend in Denver, and he was hit by a car and very severely injured. And so I stayed with him and helped him for at least the first week, and then other people came in and took over the in-home care. Then I went and was in seclusion in the mountains for quite a while, and was not able to make or upload videos, even got caught in a snowstorm. And so I just simply could not get online to post videos. And then finally came back to Grand Junction, and now can get more work done. But the thing about it is, when I realized that, first of all, on one particular day, actually made $53.87. And that was encouraging because, you know, whenever you see yourself making more money, then you're encouraged to keep working. It's like an incentive. And secondly, that I only made 6 videos in September, and yet I made over $200. So I thought, well, okay, I'm very highly incentivized right now, not just because the RPM and CPM have gone up, but also because I made $200 for only 6 videos. So I thought, I'm going to challenge myself in the month of October. And this is the challenge. I'm going to challenge myself to make and post a video on my YouTube astrology channel every single day in October. And so that would quintuple the volume. Since I made 6 videos, if I make one every single day for October, that'll be 30 videos in October. And so we'll see if that quintuples my revenue, which would be at least $1,000. Okay, so that's the challenge that I'm giving myself, and I will let you guys know how that goes. So again, I'm just trying to give the most honest and transparent information I can possibly give you about what it's like to be a YouTuber, and you know, so that you can make an evaluation for yourself if this is something that you think you want to do. And you can see honestly what the challenges are. There are obviously many benefits as well. I love being a YouTube astrologer. I love being a YouTuber. I'm so glad this is my job and my career. And so, yes, it's been challenging the past 3 years, but like I said, I actually did reach a point where I was doing it full time, and that was my sole income basically emerges from YouTube. I also have Patreon. I have workshops. I sell my books and my tarot astrology readings. And so, but really, this is the storefront. YouTube, it's like the storefront. That's when where people come in the door, and then purchase my goods and services, and I earn an income. So I'm very, very happy to be doing this. But yes, it does take hard work. And I think anyone who pretends it doesn't is either they've had an extremely lucky situation, or they're just not being honest. And I think it's important to be honest, because most people who try to create successful YouTube channels and produce an income for themselves, like a full-time income, most give up because they don't realize that it's actually hard work. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a real business, a real career, a real job, and you really have to work it to make money, and you have to build it over time, and you have to treat it that way if you want to be successful, if you want to make an income. And the other thing I will say is like one of the other downsides, besides the fact that it's really is hard work, is it does take time, is that some people actually, a few times, not a whole lot, but a few times, I have noticed that some people will actually express resentment about the ads on a channel, on a video. And maybe they think it should just be free, but the thing is that this is a real job. Like, you really do have to work, and so for someone to think that you don't deserve to be paid for that, I think is mind-boggling. And also the fact that like, you can pay to be ad-free, but you're still paying for it. Or you can just watch the ads and you can skip them if you want to. But I mean, the fact that YouTube offers an unbelievable volume of material that's virtually free. Anyone can get onto YouTube and watch 24 hours a day if they want to, for free. And not to acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of work that goes into that, and people deserve to be paid for their work. So I just wanted to put that out there, because every once in a while you will get a nasty comment about ads on your videos, and you just have to realize that don't take it personally. You have a right to be paid for your work. Just remember that, okay? And most channels have ads. There are a few who, for whatever reason, choose not to put ads on, either because they can't, because they haven't monetized, or because for some reason they're choosing not to. But most channels, like when I go and look at other astrologers, there are a few, and usually the ones who are not putting ads are extremely successful. Like, they're pushing 100,000 or beyond and subscribers, and they're charging hundreds of dollars for their readings and workshops. So they may not feel the need to put ads on their channel. But I'm interested in it, one, because I do want to get paid. It does incentivize me, but also because it is semi-passive residual income. I say semi-passive because you have to first create the video and put it on the channel. And then, you know, there may be a lot of follow-up, like if you're responding to comments and things like that. And maybe you want to do editing. So there's a lot of work that goes into it. So it's not truly passive income, it's semi-passive, passive residual, because once you do that, then the video just goes on and on and on and on and on. And depending on how evergreen it is, meaning it's not time sensitive, then it can go on earning money virtually forever. As long as it's up there and available on YouTube and monetized, you can make money forever. And then it truly becomes passive residual income. And I hope to actually move my astrology channel more in that direction by doing more evergreen videos. Like, for example, you know, how different signs attract each other, and love signs, for example. In fact, I'm already thinking about planning on that for to release around Valentine's Day and do a special at the same time on my readings and workshops. So, you know, this is the way you have to think as a business person if you want to make this your means of earning a living, so that you can be self-employed and experience more financial freedom and hopefully enjoy your work more. I know it's been true for me. So I want to share the truth about this journey, so that those of you who think that this is something that you really want to take seriously, that you can understand what it takes to get to that point where you can actually support yourself with YouTube. All right, so I think that's good enough for today. So I will go ahead and post this video. And again, you may want to see the other videos that were related to YouTube. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.